It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we're going to beer from Hut Brewing Company, and it's a can of their Fi Micro IPA Pale Ale, coming in at 2.9% ABV, 440 can. I'm expecting lots of flavour and a real good drinkability. Let's get it out into a glass, see what we get. Ooh. Little bit lively, this one. See it there hissing and fizzing, and let's get it into a glass, see what we get. Always open my beers over the sink. To be fair to Andrew, who owns Hut Brewing Company, he did say one or two of these beers might be slightly lively, so he did give me the kind of the up front, like, open it over the sink. He's a decent guy. He's a decent guy. Wow, look at that. I think it's maybe one of the cans. I was probably unlucky to have one of the cans that had maybe quite a bit of yeast in. Sediment. And of course, that's second fermented in the can. A little bit of extra carbonation, hence the spill. It wasn't too bad. I opened my beers over the sink. I suppose if you opened it in your living room on your nice new carpet, you might be a little bit annoyed, but I suppose it's the craft beer industry. It's craft beer, it's small brewing. There's no massive quality control in the world of craft beer, especially for breweries like Hut Brewing Company, who started out life brewing in a little hut. Always try and be weigh up everything, weigh up the situation. That's what I like to say. If I opened up a can of Marston's Pedigree and it burst all over the place like that, I'd go nuts, because they're a big brewer. They've got all of the money, the investment to put into making sure that can doesn't go nuts. And in fairness, it wasn't that nuts, was it anyway? Lots of lovely carbonation, light straw coloured beer, nice haze to it. Let's get the aroma. It's really powerful in terms of the hopping. They've really put a lot of hops, kind of whirlpool and in the fermenter. Juicy, citrus, grapefruity. Mango, passion fruit. Smells amazing. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh wow. Carbonation really explodes on your palate. A bit like a sour. When a sour beer explodes on the palate, lots of rip-roaring carbonation then. But it's not sour. It's not sour at all. It's juicy, grapefruit, mango, citrus, passion fruit, all in the middle. The tiniest amount of bitterness on the back end. Sweetness to begin with, so it's a nicely balanced beer. Perfect for the morning, if I'm honest. Instead of reaching for a glass of orange juice or grapefruit juice in the morning, why not reach for a glass of 2.9% ABV beer? Back a couple of hundred years ago, when the water was unsafe to drink, they would make small beer for children. Of course, not knowing that the brewing process, boiling the water, actually got rid of all of the bacteria in the water, and it wasn't that it was beer. But they didn't know that back then, which was quite funny. So they used to serve, I think the last time they served beer in a school was the early 20s, I think, 1920s, which is remarkable really. It's something like 90 odd years ago, 85 odd years ago. 95. Yeah, 99, I don't know. Something like, it's 2019, early 2020, nearly 100 years ago. Yeah. Doesn't time fly? So, real fizzer. Really carbonated. And I suppose 10 in the morning, it's a real livener. It's a proper livener, this one. Citrus, grapefruit, plum, not plum, plum's the wrong word, passion fruit, that's what I was looking for, different P, passion fruit, lots of flavour. There's a bit of body to the beer as well. They've added, it might be, the ingredients are water, barley, hops, yeast and milk sugar. The malt is extra pale, flaked oats, flaked barley and dextrin. So the flaked oats to add body to the beer and get it to look like this. The milk sugar is a lactobacillus. It's a product of milk. No, they wouldn't do that because that's a sour. Why do they put milk sugar in the beer? Maybe comment in the comments box. You brewers out there, let me know why they put milk sugar in the beer. I always tied it back to lactobacillus. Interesting. All the while. The Whirlpool hops are Chinook. The dry hop are Columbus and Citra. The yeast is Kveik, and it's blooming awesome. It's an awesome beer. Awesome beer. Even though it looks a little bit mucky, it does, I must admit. There's a little bit of muckiness on the top of the can as well, where we had that overflow. Maybe it was a little bit of second fermentation in the can. Comment, let me know. I'm going to rate it. Looks good, smells good. There's all that carbonation. Little bit of an issue opening it. Not too bad. One of the nicest, if not the nicest, 2.9% beer I've ever tried. That is full of flavour. And ideal for the morning, I would say. Absolutely. 10 in the morning on your cornflakes. I like that enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.